needed to keep a 300 kilogram box moving at a constant velocity on a level floor. Use 0.28 for the coefficient of kinetic friction and 0.33 for the coefficient of static friction. So first, let's draw the box and ayan. Let's draw the forces acting on it. We have the weight, normal force, and the force of friction, and this is the applied force. Let's make a free body diagram. We have the weight, normal force, force applied, and force of friction, assuming na these are the positive sides. Ayan, I'm just going to assume then. So next na gagawin natin is we're going to solve for the normal force. Since the normal force is on the vertical, we're going to use summation of forces on the vertical is equal to mass times acceleration. And since wala namang movement vertically whatsoever, this is now 0. Therefore, making this 0. And to get the normal forces, we have the formula that is force is equal to normal force minus the weight. But since this is 0, we can now say that the normal force is equivalent to the weight, and the weight is mass times the gravitational pull. To get the normal force acting on the box, we were gonna use, substitute lang natin values, 300 kilograms multiply by 9.81 meters per second squared. And we will have the answer 2,943 Newton. That's the normal force. After we have got the normal force, kukunin na natin yung forces on the horizontal. And we're going to use the usual formula. Force on the horizontal is equal to mass times acceleration. According to the problem, we need to keep the box moving at a constant velocity. Walang change in velocity, therefore there is no acceleration. So this is 0 and this is 0. And para gawa natin ang formula from the forces, we have the force on the horizontal is equal to force of friction, capacitive, force of friction minus force applied. And since this is 0, we can say that the force of friction is equal to the force applied. And para masolve natin yung force applied, we're going to need the coefficient of kinetic friction. Why kinetic friction? Kasi merong movement. May movement. That's where we're going to use coefficient of kinetic friction multiply by the normal force. And pag multiply lang natin yan, the force applied, ang sagot ay, plug in the values, 0.28 times 2,943 Newton. The force applied needed to keep a 300 kilogram box moving at a constant velocity with a coefficient of kinetic friction at 0.28 is 824.04 newtons. That's how much force it takes.